Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Y'all good? We good.
We real good.
We good over here.
You know, we always good.
We always
Now, that's
good.
the one thing about us. We're going to always
And
be good
okay.
no matter what's going
And
on
okay.
around us. All of our circumstances. I don't even know why we started it off
Not
like
even
this,
to say that things don't go wrong in
all the
our
time.
lives.
All the time,
But
y'all.
I'm going to smile through it because I'm not going to give you no attitude. I'm not going to give him no attitude. I'm not going to give somebody else some attitude for something that I
You
got
give
going
me an
on with
attitude
me.
a little bit.
But I'm
sometimes.
saying, well, you supposed to comfort me
All
and
right,
say,
okay.
baby, it's okay.
I want to say, I don't want you lying to the people. Now,
But I'm saying I'm not going to blame you for
No, that's
something that
true.
I got going on.
Exactly.
It ain't nobody else's fault. So I'm not going to come to work mad, slamming doors and all that because I'm mad about something that happened outside of work. It don't got nothing to do with that.
I know, that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
I love that about us because we are always good. And I'd be trying to explain that to people because a lot of times people think that you're putting on a front or like you're trying to portray that you're perfect or that nothing ever goes wrong in your life. And I love that about us. We don't do that. However, together we have learned to smile through anything that life throws our way. I always say this, if God brings it to me, he's able to bring me through it.
That's it.
So I know that any test or trial that comes my way, God is building something up in the inside of me, which is the reason why he allowed it to come.
Yeah.
Because he's never going to bring us to something that we can't conquer.
Okay.
He's never going to allow anything to come in our dwelling place that we cannot overcome.
And yes, it gets scary. It does get
We've been
scary.
scared a time or
Come
three.
on.
Wait
a
is he
minute.
really going to come through? I mean, I don't
Lord, you
know.
taking a little bit too long
know.
here. Yes, and it gets scary, and it's like, woo, but you got to just keep your face. I remember I had a teacher one time say, Miss Mel, do you ever have a bad day? Because no matter what, every morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Always.
I'm not that happy.
You're not
in the
a morning person, period. You know, I'm
No, I will
always
say
hyped.
good morning, but good morning.
Yeah, you gotta get your coffee.
Yeah.
You gotta get. I don't need none of that. I wake up with coffee already in my system, and I don't
know
even
that's
drink
right.
coffee. Right?
Bless me, Lord.
Good morning. How y'all doing? It's a great day. It's gonna be a great day. We're gonna proclaim that it's gonna be a great day, whether you feel like it or not. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna get through it. We're gonna go home. We're gonna come back. We're gonna do it the next day.
Again and again
Come
and again.
on.
And I love that. Like I was saying, people always be like, you think you're perfect. No, we don't. But I do think my God is perfect.
Okay.
And I think that he is the bomb.
Okay.
And that I'm going to live. Like one of our best friends always says, live on.
Come on.
Live on. And y'all know we just came back from Tennessee.
Yes.
We just graduated from MIP in the Church of God denomination, and it's a big deal. It's actually a big deal to me. Anything that I do in ministry, I'm always like 100%.
That's right.
I'm going to give 100% to God. I'll give 10% to everything else, but I'm going to give 100% to God. And I ain't giving 10% to nothing, really, not unless it's something stupid. But for the most part, I'm going to give 110% to everything. And a lot of times we don't really talk about our accomplishments. We don't talk about the things that we have accomplished because... And it's not because of people.
Right.
It's just that's just who we are. Like, we're not like boastful people or like show off kind of people. However, it makes me think, about the scripture in Proverbs. I believe it's Proverbs 18 and like verse 16 or something. It says that your gift will make room for you and bring you before great men. And a lot of times when our gift starts to make room for us, it gets a little bit scary because it can seem like you're boasting. But we came on today to just say like, people wear me out with this. They always say, like, Delaware don't support. That has not been our story. Like, Delaware has held us down in the areas. Now, I'm talking about the people of Delaware. You know how people be like, I got to go to Atlanta. I got to go to LA. If you the person that's going and you whack here, you're going to be whack there. It's a mindset thing. And it don't matter where you move. Now, of course, different jobs require different surroundings, right? You can't be no huge music star in Delaware. Like, it ain't happening. You got to go Nashville. You got to go somewhere where that's popping, right? But I understand that in order for me to grow, I have to grow wherever I am. And I have to grow within myself before I can get, like, the change of a town is not going to change anything in me if my mind doesn't change. But the reason why I was saying that is because Delaware has held us down, like, with the support and just being there to, like, really celebrate our accomplishments. Even though we don't talk about a lot of our accomplishments, we have lately. And the reason why is because so many things have happened in our lives that have gotten us to the point where we could have thrown in the towel of ministry a long time ago. Like some of the church hurts and some of the church experiences that people talk about, we have experienced on a greater level. But the word of God lets us know, to whom much is given, much is required. So instead of us turning our back on God and turning our back on the church, like, we have learned how to make lemonade with those lemons, right? And I'm just being transparent. Like, some of the things that have happened to us as individuals and as a couple within the church body has been enough to cause us to quit. But the focus of our focus has always been God. It has not been people. It has not been the church per se, because you have a lot of people that are addicted to ministry, but they don't know God. Like, they're addicted to the stuff of the church, but they're not actually addicted to knowing God in their personal relationship. And it's so easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of doing things. Like, I always talk about, Bishop Darrell taught us this, to move from the doing to the being. Like, let's stop just doing stuff and let's be who God has called us to be. And that's who we are, and that's where we have been. And we have put in the time, all those MIP, going over the bridge for those classes, taking those ridiculous tests. But even though I say ridiculous tests, it really all worked together for our good and really brought about a new experience for us. And I know, what are your thoughts?
As far as the whole MIP process?
Just everything. Just what we talking about. Like, what do you want to just tell the people? Because y'all know I will keep talking and talking and talking, and Mel won't say a word.
It's your nature, baby.
Yeah, it is.
And you talk, and I'm going to listen.
And I'm going to talk.
Okay.
From the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep.
And you going to do it.
Period.
Right. I just think that, this whole entire process in ministry, even from before even getting the title, because a lot of times, sometimes people wait until they get the title to start doing the work.
Right.
When
you got to be it.
You got to already
before you get the title.
Okay.
Like, if he called you, you just are it.
You doing it. Like, the title, that don't really, I guess the title is just for the people, I guess.
It's, it's a level of elevation. It's really respected, and it's who. Some of these titles are things that God ordained. Like he said, he gave some pastors, apostles. So we can't downplay the title. But what we should be downplaying is, I'm not important because of my title.
There you go.
Like, the title don't make me. I make the title. But see, we got so many people. Like, I know individuals right now that will not go from Delaware to, like, Sussex County to the top of Delaware to, like, help their own people, but think that God is calling them to the world. To me, that's a person that has it wrong. Like, you have it wrong. You have a title, but you don't have the heart for your title. Because when you have the heart, listen, I'm not trying to make this video long, but when you have the heart for the title, it's not, your help is not contingent on the individuals. Right. So if I say, like, God is calling me to the nations, he's calling me to this world, he's calling me to the galaxies, right? And then when somebody that is close to me, but they have done something to me that I don't necessarily like, or I feel like they don't deserve my love, if I treat them different than I'll treat somebody else that's a stranger, it's something wrong with me. It's not something wrong with that individual. They could be wrong, they could be messed up, they could be jacked up. But how can I save somebody else that don't know God, right? Oh, well, I'm going out to get sinners and people that don't know God, but the person that you're trying to save has done what the person you don't like has done to somebody else, but yet you want to save that person, but you're not going. It don't work like that. In the kingdom and in this Christian world, our gifts are not for us. And I always say this, like, if the best thing you can do if you want God to do something for you is what?
Do it for
somebody else. God is so concerned about what we do to those that are close to us. And those that we feel can't help us get to where we want to go, how we treat those people. And a lot of times we think, like, the gift will make room for me and bring me before great men. The part of that story that's important is not the great men. Like, that's not the important part. But the important part is, my gift is going to make room for me to bring me before great men, because the great men are a reflection of greater impact.
Yes.
It's not so that I can be lifted up or so that I can be puffed up, but great men can expand my territory so that my influence and my ministry, if it's real and if it's authentic, can really go to the nations because I'm doing it with the right heart, right? So your gift will make room for you, but you gotta have hard work.
Got to.
It's not just about your gift, but it's about the hard work that you put in, the sacrifices that you make. People don't want sacrifice.
That's a mouthful.
People do not like, unless it brings them some kind of glory.
My Lord.
Unless it brings them some kind of like, attention. People do not want, like, you can't even get people to like ride 2 hours for something that's going to invest and empower them in a way that will change their entire life. Like, you thinking about like, I ain't got no gas to go over the bridge. I don't got no money to stay in a hotel. But if the information that I'm going to get is going to put me in a better situation, that was just an investment. That small amount of money or that small time away from whatever it was away from was just an investment in my future. But a lot of times we are so ready and eager to, and I'm talking a lot because you ain't saying nothing, but we're so ready to invest in worldly things, things that at the end are not going to matter. Like, we invest in all of this earthly stuff, but we don't invest in our spirituality. And then we have these little sayings like, well, if God wanted me to know, actually God sets up things for you to learn and events that you can be a part of, because man, when you just invest in yourself and you take what you're doing for God serious, it just really, like the prayer of Jabez, like, bless me indeed, enlarge my territory. And we want our territory enlarged, but God is really asking some of us, like, you be like, Lord, enlarge my territory. And I can just hear God saying, why? Like, what are you going to do if I enlarge your territory? Okay, you're going to buy a Benz.
What kind of glory is it? You're
going to buy a bigger house. Okay, but can't nobody ride in that Benz. But can't nobody live in that. Can't nobody come to that house. And, you walk in my house, take your shoes off and all. God ain't enlarging our territory for that. But he is enlarging our territory for influence. So we have to ask ourselves, like, God, why do I want what I'm asking for? And why do I want my gift to make room for me? Because if it's all about me, you ain't going nowhere. But if it's all about him. So I don't even know how we even got there. I don't even know if that's what this video was even about, but that's what it's going to be about today. Because your gift will make room for you, and it will bring you before great men. Listen, we have gone through a lot, and I'm not even going to get into it, because if I told y'all some of our story, you would be like, I can't even believe they're still even in the church. We would be like those people that just watch TD Jakes on Sundays and just be like, I ain't never going back to the church again, right? I mean, for real. Like, I'm not, like, they always say that part, right? But we don't allow people to stop us from doing the work of God. Because if you can allow anything that the enemy can use to stop you from doing the work of God, he will do it and he will use it.
And at the end of the day, you're going to be the one in trouble when you don't do what God told you to do, because you let somebody else stop you.
Because gifts and callings come without what? Repentance. Like, he's not going to change his mind about the gifts that he gave you.
And then we can't say, well, Lord, such and such said this about me. So it don't matter. It don't matter. But what was you about to say?
I was saying that to say, like, all of the things that have happened to us really would have made a regular person just give up on God and give up on the church. But we just were persistent and we kept going, and God's timing is just so amazing, because even through the whole MIP process, y'all, they showed a video that we did at the general office, I guess that's what it's called. The international office of the Church of God. During our graduation, we were one of 3 people chosen.
It was more than 3.
Well, we were one of the 3 people that they actually chose. That they actually chose to show our video. And it was only like a 25-second video. And that may not be big to some, but it's so big to me. Even though it doesn't make me be puffed up, I'm just like, God, you really mean that thing when you say your gift will make room for you and bring you, even when it seems like man has forgotten you and some things have happened, that weren't right, but whatever, we don't care, because all things work together for our good. Everything that happened to us, bad and all, it all worked together for our good, and it all taught us something, right? And they played our video in front of all the people that were there at graduation. No people in our class didn't even know that they were going to play the video. Everybody, you could just tell people was like, what in the world?
Yeah, they were looking at the screen, looking at us, looking at the screen. They're like, that's you, that's you.
Our general overseer, like the man that's over top of the entire Church of God, what they say, how many billions of people or millions of people are in church?
It don't even
matter, because that's not the important part. But the important part is that your gift will make room for you and bring you before great men. So keep going. Y'all, this video getting real long. One thing about us is we're going to present the same work in ministry, the same quality of work, whether we are doing it in front of 2 people or 1,000,000 people. We're going to do it to the best of our ability. And if you keep working, keep perfecting your craft, keep doing what you feel like God has called you to do, but make sure you do it in the order of God. People be trying to do ministry, but they be doing it out of order. You cannot do ministry out of order. I got a story about a soda machine, but I ain't going to tell y'all that. So I'll tell y'all that story another day. But God don't come to stuff that's out of order.
Right.
You know, no, we don't go to stuff that's most people don't go to stuff that's out of order. But when you try to operate out of the order of God, you really cut yourself off of the blessings of God. So just know that whatever you're working on, as long as you know that I get scared about saying as long as you know God called you, because people say God called them and do a whole bunch of stuff, and God don't be calling them the first. Like, God said, put that ministry down and go get your family right. That's what go call your daughter. Go call your son.
They be missing that part.
Listen. And your stepdaughters and your stepsons. He's saying, get that right first. And if you got a ministry and you don't talk to your own kids, shame on you. If you are going to the ends of the world for strangers and you won't go to the Walmart store for your own child, shame on you. And I know people are like, well, you don't know what they said. Forgive. You don't know what. And how many times have we messed up on God?
My Lord.
And he has forgiven us over and over again. So y'all, I got to end this video because it is going too long. But listen, your gift will make room for you. Y'all, we have so many accomplishments, and it's not because we deserve them.
Right.
But it was because of hard work, determination, and really being authentic before God and being authentic before the people. And just saying, look, y'all, it is what it is. And God has just opened up doors, and I'm just excited about where we're going in him.
Right.
Because it's not about us. We straight. Like, we good. Like, we literally could just be like, we ain't doing nothing. And I wouldn't do that because God would get me to the point where I wouldn't be straight. You know what I'm saying? But because we take care of God's stuff to the best of our ability, not perfect, but to the best of our ability, he has always taken care of our stuff. Always. That's why we're not on here every other week saying, oh, I'm going through. The devil's really busy. The devil always going to be busy, but he's not going to be busy in my life. Okay. Because what? Greater is he that is within me. Come on, but it won't prosper. So many weapons to form, y'all. If we told y'all about all the weapons, and these don't be people, a lot of this stuff hasn't been people that's far away. It's been the people that you're like, I can't believe you did this to y'all. Y'all have no excuse not to do what God has called. If we could tell y'all our real testimony, y'all just would be flabbergasted. You just would not believe some of the stuff. But in spite of everything, and good support systems, and people that are praying for you in a prayer life and a relationship with God, we have conquered everything and will continue to conquer everything. So y'all just keep watching us because we going up. And as we go up, and this is, I know that sounds real arrogant and like, you know, like we're going up. No, but you have to speak. I want you to speak that over your life, because if you speak doom and gloom, that's what's going to happen in your life. But if you make up in your mind that no weapon formed against me shall prosper, I'm just going to keep going up no matter what, because greater is he that is on the inside of me than he that is in the world. I can conquer everything because I'm more than a conqueror. Take that attitude and watch God move in your life in new ways, y'all. Your gift will make room for you and bring you before great men. The greatest man that it's going to bring you before is Jesus Christ himself, y'all. So have a great week. We love y'all.